Hello students, in this video, we are going to discuss some of the most important antonyms and synonyms for competitive exams. The words that we are going to discuss in this video have been repeated in the past papers of various government exams, and they are very likely to get repeated in the future exams. The antonyms and synonyms that we are going to discuss in this video are important for essay exams, constable exams, bank jobs, railway jobs, and central and state government jobs. This is the fourth video in Antonyms and Synonyms series. There is a playlist available in our channel for you to watch the previous videos. On this slide, you can see a list of 10 words. Among these words, we have discussed the antonyms and synonyms for the first 5 words in our previous video. And in this video, we are going to discuss the synonyms and antonyms for 6th to 10th words. The words on this slide have been repeated in various government exams and particularly in that of 2013 constable paper. So the words for which you are going to get a detailed explanation of antonyms and synonyms in this video are shallow, paucity, novel, repel, and acquitted. You may wonder why only 5 words are being discussed per video. Here, besides knowing the meaning of these 5 words, you will be knowing 30 synonyms and 30 antonyms. And you will also be able to answer the questions where these words are asked in the form of one-word substitutes. And besides, each and every word is being explained in a detailed manner with relevant pictures so that you won't forget it. Now coming to the first word, which is paucity. Paucity means scarcity. You can use the word paucity when something is hard to find. The synonyms of the word paucity are scarcity, sparseness, sparsity, breadth, shortness, insufficiency, and deficiency. Some more synonyms for the word paucity are shortage, lack, deficiency, scarcity, breadth, absence, inadequacy, scantiness. Now, what are the antonyms for the word paucity? The antonyms for the word paucity are abundance, plenty, adequacy, sufficiency, wealth, and amplitude. What does the word paucity means? It means that something is not readily available. It means that something is scarce. When something is easily available, it will be the antonym of the word paucity. The words abundance, plenty, adequacy, sufficiency, wealth, and amplitude all have the same meaning of being readily available. So these words become the antonyms of the word paucity. Now let's see how the word paucity can be used in a sentence. The paucity of fruit was caused by the drought. Coming to the second example, there is a paucity of information on the ingredients of many cosmetics. The third example is, but there was a paucity of buyers. Coming to the fourth example, our discussion has already made apparent a great paucity of large-scale bronzes compared to what survives in marble. Now let's discuss the next word, which is shallow. Pause the video and try to guess the meaning of this word by looking at the picture on this slide. The word shallow means something that is not deep. So what are the synonyms of the word shallow? They are shoal, superficial, restricted, depthless, surface, horizontal. All these words have the same meaning of not being deep. So these words become synonyms of the word shallow. Now coming to the antonyms of the word shallow, they are deep, vast, infinite, profound, endless, and unlimited. All these words have the same meaning of having depth, which is the opposite meaning of the word shallow. So these words become the antonyms of the word shallow. Now let's see how the word shallow can be used in a sentence. Coming to the first example, where the water is shallow, no vessel will ride. Here what they are saying is that when the water is not deep enough, a boat will not be able to sail. Coming to the second example, shallow streams make most din. Here what they are saying is that the streams that are not deep enough will make the most noise. Coming to the third example, deep rivers move in silence. Shallow brooks are noisy, which means that the rivers which are deep will be silent, whereas the brooks which are not deep enough will make a lot of noise. Coming to the fourth example, his analysis was always shallow, which means that the analysis that is made by this particular person is lacking in depth. Coming to the fifth example, the water gets quite shallow towards the shore, which means that at the shore the water is not deep enough. That is, that the depth of the water gets reduced near the shore. The next word is acquitted. Pause the video and try to guess the meaning of this word by looking at the picture that is being shown on the right side of this slide. The word acquitted means to prove that someone is not guilty. And the synonyms of the word acquitted are exonerate, absolve, exculpate, vindicate, clear, forgive, release, and liberate. Coming to the antonyms of the word acquitted, they are incriminate, indict, convict, criminate, impeach, and accuse. As we have discussed earlier, the word acquitted means to pronounce that someone is not guilty. Then what will be the opposite meaning of the word acquitted? It is to say that someone is guilty of doing something. All the words which are given here as the antonyms of the word acquitted means to say that someone is guilty of doing something. So these words become the antonyms of the word acquitted. Now let's see how the word acquitted can be used in sentences. Coming to the first example, they always acquit themselves of the duty very well, which means that these people always manage to not do their duty. Coming to the second example, the judge directed the jury to acquit Phillips of the murder, which means that the judge had instructed the jury to pronounce Philip as not guilty of committing a murder. Coming to the third example, few observers expect the jury to acquit Mr. Hoskins, which means that very few of the observers expect the jury to pronounce Mr. Hoskins as not being guilty. Coming to the fourth example, he has never failed to acquit a client charged with murder, which means that this person has never failed to prove that a person who has been charged with murder is not guilty. Now let's look at the next word, which is novel. What does the word novel means? The word novel means something which has been created in one's imagination. The synonyms of the word novel are fiction, narrative, story, tale, anecdote, and yarn. All these words have the same meaning of something that has been created in one's imagination. So, these words become the synonyms of the word novel. Coming to the antonyms of the word novel, they are fact, reality, materiality, actuality, and realness. All these words have the opposite meaning of the word novel, which is something that is based on reality rather than one's imagination. So these words become the antonyms of the word novel. Now let's see how the word novel can be used in sentences. Coming to the first example, a novel is a mirror walking along a main road. The second example is, the novel is written from personal experience. Coming to the third example, Critics everywhere have eulogized her new novel. The fourth example is, her latest novel is eagerly awaited. The fifth example is, the various elements of the novel fail to cohere. Now let's look at the next word, which is repel. The word repel means to obstruct or to ward off something. For example, the word insect repellent means something that wards off insects. The synonyms of the word repel are repulse, resist, deflect, withstand, fight, and beat off. All these words have the same meaning of warding off something. So, these words become the synonyms of the word repel. Coming to the antonyms of the word repel, they are embrace, welcome, and hail. All these words have the same meaning of welcoming something, which is the opposite of the word repel. So these words become the antonyms of the word repel. Now let's look at how the word repel can be used in sentences. Her request for a donation met with a repulse, which means that her request for a donation was not accepted, was not welcomed. Coming to the next example, her repulse was quite unexpected. The enemy met with a repulse. Why do you repulse me? The city garrison must be prepared to repulse attacks. I hope you got a clear understanding of each and every word that has been discussed in this video. For more such informative videos, subscribe to our channel. And by liking this video, you will be supporting our efforts. And join our Telegram group to get regular updates on various government job notifications.